It was a still Tuesday evening, the kind that pressed heavy on the air, dense, almost suffocating. I sat alone in the living room, a glass of whiskey catching the glow of the lamp as I stared into nothingness. That's when Lauren walked in. She moved fast, too fast, like she was running from something she couldn't shake. Her coat hung crooked on her shoulders, her hands fidgeting at the clasp of her purse. But it wasn't her rushed movements that pierced me. It was the smell. A musky cologne wrapped around her like a warning. It wasn't mine. It was familiar, bold, distinctly male. And it had no place clinging to her skin unless she'd allowed it. My stomach twisted, but I kept my face steady. She didn't need to know I'd caught on. "Hey, babe," I said lightly, swirling the whiskey in my glass, my tone calm, almost warm. "How was your day?" She froze for the slightest second before forcing a smile. "Oh, busy meetings, errands, the usual." Her voice rang bright, too bright, coated with the kind of practiced energy that begged me not to dig deeper. I raised my glass, took a slow sip, and smiled. "Meet anyone interesting?" Her eyes flickered, and she shook her head a little too quickly. "Nope. Same faces. Nothing new." I nodded again, my mask firmly in place, the picture of an oblivious husband. But inside, the ground split beneath me. Later, I sat alone on the edge of our bed, my fists curling tight into the mattress as the truth seeped through me like slow poison. Lauren was cheating. For the next 2 days, I watched in silence. Suddenly, things I had brushed aside snapped into sharp focus. The late nights at work that bled past midnight, her sudden obsession with her looks, the way she guarded her phone like a vault of state secrets. She thought she was clever. She thought I was blind. But now I was watching, and I wasn't stopping until I had every piece. The following night, while she showered, I picked up her phone. My stomach churned as I typed in her passcode, but I had to see. And there it was, Mark. Again and again. Messages that began playful but soon turned raw, graphic, intimate in ways she hadn't shared with me in months. Photos, too. Indisputable. My hands shook as I put the phone down. The betrayal was real. But I didn't confront her. Not yet. That night, lying beside her while she slept soundly, I stared at the ceiling. A plan began to take shape, cold, deliberate. I didn't want shouting. I didn't want excuses. I wanted her to feel the weight of what she'd done until it crushed her completely. The next morning, I called in sick. I spent the entire day gathering proof. Every message, every call log, every photo saved and backed up. I hired a private investigator to track her and her lover, capturing every kiss, every hotel stay, every moment stolen behind my back. Then I moved to the money. Lauren never knew I'd always controlled our finances. I knew where every cent lived. Quietly, over the course of a week, I emptied our joint accounts bit by bit, moving the bulk into an account under my name only. I canceled her credit cards. By the time she realized, it would be too late. On the surface, I played the doting husband. Flowers, her favorite takeout, plans for a surprise weekend getaway. At first, she eyed me with suspicion. Then her guard dropped. She thought she'd won. She thought I was desperate to win her back. She had no idea. The cabin I picked for our trip was secluded, buried deep in the woods. She called it romantic. I called it necessary. That night, I cooked her favorite meal, poured her wine, made her laugh. We reminisced about our early years, our trips, our dreams. I lulled her into comfort, let her believe the lie a little longer. Then casually, almost gently, I asked, "So, Lauren, how long have you been sleeping with Mark?" Her wine glass froze midair. She blinked once, twice, the blood draining from her face. I don't know what you mean." I slid my phone across the table. Her own words, her own pictures glowed from the screen. I watched her world fracture in front of me. Her lips trembled, her hands shook. "It's not what it looks like," she whispered. "Don't lie to me," I said, my voice flat, unfamiliar even to myself. "I know everything." Tears came instantly. She reached across the table, begging. She pleaded for forgiveness, called it a mistake, said it meant nothing, that she still loved me. I stood. Love doesn't hide in hotel rooms. Love doesn't come home reeking of someone else's cologne. Whatever this was, it wasn't love. She tried to touch me. I stepped back. "You're going to sign the divorce papers," I said. "And you'll do it quietly. Because if you fight me, I'll make sure everyone sees this. Everyone." Her sobbing stopped. Her eyes widened in fear. She knew I wasn't bluffing. Within weeks, it was finished. The divorce was swift. She walked away with nearly nothing. The apartment sold. The accounts emptied. And Mark, he had a wife too. A ruthless one. Between the two of us, we dismantled his perfect little lie. Months later, I started over in a new city, with a new job and a new life. Sometimes the memory of her betrayal still echoed, but it was faint now, powerless. Lauren tried to reach out once. She wanted to talk, to apologize, to see if anything could be salvaged. I never answered. Some doors, once shut, should never be reopened. In the end, it wasn't me on my knees. It wasn't me begging. It was her. And for the first time in years, I felt free.